Hello dear viewers, welcome once again to my new lecture. Today I am going to give lecture on externality. Externality is a very important chapter, important topic in economics. Externality means the spillover effects of any economic activity done by any economic agent or other party, which are known as third party. Third party are those people who are not involved in that economic activity. Say for example, now I am giving a lecture, so I am the first party, and who are listening my lecture, they are the second party, and who are not involved in this delivering lecture or listening to the lecture, they are the third party. So in economics, every economic activity affects the other party, third party. It could be positive, could be negative. So from this viewpoint, we can divide externality into two types: positive externality and negative externality. Positive externality means when the third party are getting benefit from any economic activity done by any economic agent, it is called the positive externality, and if they are getting affected negatively, then it is called the negative externality. So these are two types I am going to explain in this lecture. That is types of externality. I'll show you some examples also. So that it makes it clear, right? So let me start the detail of the lecture with the presentation. All right, so this is the externality. Externality means, I gave you different definitions of externality to make it easy, okay? So any of the comfortable, suitable definition you can learn. So first of all, economic activities such as building a new factory or transporting goods from one place to another place will affect those people inside the business. That means they are the first party. However, such economic activities can also affect those people who are outside the business. They are known as the third party. So this impact on the third party is called the spillover effects, which can result from both production and consumption. Therefore, externalities are the spillover effects of any economic activity on the third party. That means an externality is the cost or benefit of an economic activity experienced by an unrelated third party. This means that the third party is not related with this economic activity. That is why they are known as unrelated third party. In other words, an externality is cost or benefit caused by a producer that is not financially incurred or received by that producer. We can give one example here. Say, driving into the city center will cause more pollution and congestion to those living in the city, and smoking in the public places will harm other people. That means non-smokers. So here, who is driving the car is the first party, and third party is the people living in the city. Okay, and smoker is the first party, and the non-smokers are the third party. So here the driver is affecting the city people in the city, and the smoker is affecting the non-smokers. So this is called the externality. All right. Now let me show you the types of the externality. Generally, externalities are categorized as negative externalities and positive externalities. First of all, negative externality. A negative externality is a negative consequence of an economic activity experienced by an unrelated third party. The majority of externalities are negative. Some negative externalities, such as the different kinds of environmental pollution, are especially harmful due to their significant adverse effects. Negative externalities we can divide into two types. Production and consumption externality. That means negative externality occurs from consumption and the production also. So at first let me define the negative externalities in the production. All right. When production of goods and services create adverse effects on the third parties is called negative externalities in production. So there are two examples I gave here to make it easy. For example, first of all, non-organic vegetable growing. Farmers use fertilizers and pesticides which harm insects and also can get into the food chain, causing health problems in the future. So this is negative externality from production of vegetable. Another example is air pollution. A factory burns fossil fuels to produce goods. The people living in the nearby area and the workers of the factory suffer from the deteriorating air quality. So this is also negative externality, and it occurs due to the production. Now, negative externalities in consumption. When consumption by someone creates adverse effects on third parties, it's called negative externalities in consumption. So, in this type of externality comes from the consumption of goods and services by the people. Well, I gave two examples here to make it easy. For first one, passive smoking. Smoking results in negative effects not only on the health of the smoker, but on the health of other people also. So here the smoker is the first party, he's consuming the cigarettes and he's affecting the third party, non-smoker. So this is negative externality from the consumption of cigarette. Next one is playing loud music and annoys the neighbor. So somebody while enjoying loud music, so this is the first party who is enjoying the music loudly, the first party, and the third party are the neighbors who are not interested to even listen to the music. So they are getting annoyed. So this is the negative externality from the consumption. All right. Now come to the positive externality. Positive externality is a benefit from an economic activity experienced by an unrelated third party. Despite the benefits of economic activities that involve positive externalities, the externality also creates market inefficiencies. That means here in the positive externality, the third party will get benefit by the first party, knowingly or unknowingly, all right? So positive externality also we can divide into two types: externality, positive externalities from consumption, and positive externalities from production. Now let me explain first positive externality in production. This occurs when producing a good cause benefit to a third party not directly involved in that activity. It's called the positive externality in production. Let's see the example here. Infrastructural development. Building a subway station in a remote neighborhood may benefit real estate agents who manage the properties in that area. Real estate prices would likely increase due to better accessibility, and the agents would be able to earn higher commission. So here the government is developing the infrastructure. So government is the first party and the real estate agents are the third party. So they are getting a benefit from this government activity. So this is the positive externality from production. Another example I gave here, positive externality from production. A private school provides an external benefit because the workforce will become more educated in the future, and it saves the cost of the government education in a publicly funded school. So here the private school is the first party and they are providing education, and here the people are the third party and the government also is third party. So people in the government are getting benefit from these private schools. Now come to positive externality in consumption. This occurs when consuming a good cause benefit to a third party not directly involved. All right. Okay, let's consider these two following examples in this case. First of all, individual education. Okay, the increased levels of individuals' education can also raise economic productivity and reduce unemployment levels. So if somebody takes education, become educated, he'll help to increase the productivity of the economy. So the people who is taking education is the first party and the economy here third party. So the third party, that means the people in general, they're getting benefit from the educated person. This is positive externality in consumption. Next is vaccination. Benefits not only person vaccinated but other people as well, because the probability of being infected decreases. Here, if someone takes vaccine, so he is supposed to be safe. Okay, so since he's safe and there is no probability of spread of the virus or the disease through that person, since he already has taken the vaccine. So it is the advantage to the people. Okay, since he is safe, so through that person, virus or disease will not spread. So this is a positive externality of taking vaccine to the people nearby that person who is taking vaccine. Now come to the private and external benefit. Private benefit received by those who are directly consuming or producing the goods or services is called the private benefit. Private benefit, it is related to the producer and the consumer. First of all, private benefit of the consumer. The benefits a student may gain from completing university degree, a greater number of career choices, higher future earnings, lifelong friends, etc. So when a student is taking or completing higher education, he is getting the benefit. These benefits, his future income will increase, he will get a variety of choices. So this is his private benefit of consuming the education. And the private benefit of the producer is the revenue. The revenue earned by the firm is termed as private benefit of the owner. So here the student is the first party and the producer is the first party. So their benefit of the student is the higher choices of jobs and more opportunity of higher income. And for the producer, it is the revenue, right? So these are the private benefit. And external benefit. These are the benefits to the external stakeholders due to the activities of the firm. That means the benefit gained by the third party from the positive externality is called the external benefit. One example I gave here to make it easy. A firm may train workers which might help them to get better wages in the firms, in other firms. So here, the firm who is providing the training to the workers is the first party, and the workers who are leaving the job and trying to get another job, they become the third party. So they are getting benefits since their skill increased. So this is their external benefit. Now social benefit. Social benefit is the benefit of the first party and the third party together. That means private benefit plus external benefit together is called the social benefit. So social benefits are the total benefits to the society from consuming or producing goods or services. It includes all the private benefits and the external benefits of production and consumption. If consumption or production has significant external benefits, then social benefits will be greater than the private benefits. So we can use this equation to calculate social benefit. That is, social benefit equals the private benefit plus external benefit. We can make it short also. Is B for social benefit, PB for private benefit, and EB for external benefit. So to make it easy, let's do this simple calculation. All right, here we are just considering the private benefit, external benefit, and social benefit of cycling to the work. If somebody goes to the work by using bicycle, then what would be the private benefit and external benefit and social benefit? That we are going to explain here in a simple way. Say, for example, the person using bicycle to his work can save $10 per day because he is not using public transport. So he can save $10. So this $10 is private benefit. At the same time, he can maintain a good health also. So this is also his private benefit. Now, what is the external benefit from his cycling? So external benefit is, for example, $100. Due to the less congestion, people can save working time and earn more. So if people use bicycle to go to their work, so it will reduce the congestion, and the people, they can save their working hours and they can work more and earn more. So this is their external benefit. We just to make it easy, we took the example $100 people can save from this less congestion, and at the same time the government also can save $200 since there is less pollution. So the government can reduce the expenditure on pollution purpose. So here, total benefit of this cycling to work is private benefit $10 and external benefit $300. Together, social benefit is $310. All right. Now let me explain private cost and external cost. So private cost are the cost of the consumers or the producers who are directly involved in the economic activity. That means the cost of the producer and the consumer is simply the private cost. Example, the cost of buying goods or services by the consumers are their private cost, and the expenses of the firms for buying raw materials or paying wage or interest, all these are private cost of the producer. Now external cost, the cost that the external stakeholders have to bear due to the firm's activities are known as external costs. That means external costs are the cost incurred due to the negative externality and it is borne by the third party. This is called the external cost. Let's take this example. Healthcare expenditure by the residents in an area where farms are emitting harmful gases in the air during production. So this is the external cost. All right. So when farms are producing, they are emitting harmful gases into the air, and it pollutes the air. And so the people nearby the factory, the area, they are falling sick. So they have to spend money for their treatment. So this is their external cost. Now social cost. Social cost is like the social benefit. It is the total cost incurred by the first party and the third party. That means social cost is the sum of private cost and the external cost. So simply, the social cost is the sum of private cost of the consumers or producers and external cost borne by the third party. So this is the simple equation of social cost. Social cost equals the private cost and external cost. We can make it easy by taking one simple example and simple calculation. So here, private cost, external cost, and social cost of driving to work. If somebody uses his car to go to his work, then how it will create private cost, external cost, and social cost. So here, when somebody is using his private car for going to his office, so his private cost is say $15 for his fuel or purchasing the petrol. All right. So this is his private cost. Since the people are using cars, so it will create traffic congestion on the road. So it will kill the working time of the people. So people will be able to work less and their income will fall. So the fall in income we are assuming here $250. And at the same time, due to the too much traffic and emission of the harmful gases, so the government will have to spend $300 for the pollution purpose. So it is the cost of the government. So when people are using their car, they are incurring their cost for purchasing petrol, and the people who are not able to going to job on time, they are losing their money, and the government also spending money for purifying the air. So it is the government cost. So total cost of the society of using car to work is $15 plus $550 equals total $565. So this is the social cost. So this is a simple example and simple mathematical calculation to make social cost easy. So this is all about the lecture to my today's topic. I hope this lecture will help you a lot to understand. Thank you very much for joining with me, and I hope you will enjoy my next lesson, which is coming very soon. So thank you very much once again.